Okay. Hello. This is gonna be interesting. Who's excited? um, we'll see. I'm really curious how they're gonna adapt today's chapter. I'm pretty sure they're gonna stop at like either chapter 220 or chapter 221. Basically, my idea is that they're gonna stop when Mommy drops her phone, or slightly after when she goes after Chizuru. Here we go. Have to relive this nightmare. You know, it's really weird. Um, it's really weird. So I read the chapter when it first came out. Like just sharing some background, just sharing some background. So I knew about this chapter when the leaks released. And people people fucking hated it and thought it was fucking stupid. And I'm just like something feels weird about this. And then I actually read the chapter and I literally felt tears like welling up from my eyes. And the other day, I'm just like, you know what? I kind of want to try like analyzing the chapter beat for beat from like everything that's playing out in the chapter. And I found myself initially laughing. I initially laughed, like I was actually fucking chuckling. And I was just like, wow, this is so fucking funny. This is so stupid. And then I thought about it. And again, the tears started welling up. And I'm like, holy shit, this chapter can still make me cry. And every time I've read it since, because I've been writing a little analysis in the background, I've cried. And I'm not like welling up in like tears and like, I'm not stupid crying. I literally just my eyes get watery. I just feel my eyes getting watery. Every time I see parts of it, I feel my eyes getting watery, and I'm like, wow, that's kind of crazy. Now some of you are probably new here and you've never seen me. You're like, what the fuck's this man talking about? So hopefully I can kind of shed some light as to why this chapter makes me feel the way that I do. Um, Anyways, let's watch some insanity. Okay. Oh, damn it. Sorry, it's putting subtitles. I could remove them. Yep. And there she goes. Yeah, so like the chapter literally starts as a joke. The chapter literally starts as a fucking joke. And that's the idea. Kazuya is meant to be a joke. If you're like, why is Kazuya being treated like this? He feels like a fucking joke. Have you ever felt like a joke in your own body? Cool. You understand how Kazuya feels. Okay, let's get the intro for now. We're just gonna get straight into the fire. Straight into the fire. Now, you know what would have been funny? No. They fucked up. They fucked up. They fucked up. They already fucked up. You know what would have been really funny? The intro ends. No. The intro fucking ends. I'm gonna go back. Okay. Okay, one sec. Right here. You know what would have been perfect? They get to the intro right before the curtain drops and literally just cross out they just cross out the title. Literally like how the chapter starts, just cross out the title. It would have been perfect. It would have been perfect. It said they're gonna play it beat for beat and like just following the manga. Okay. I never should have tried asking her out. Huh. Huh. It's playing altar music. I kind of like that. Sounds terrible, but it's playing altar music. Huh. The music got better. Ah, now the music's dumb. Now the music's dumb. Damn it, it was good for like 2 fucking seconds and then they started playing guitar. They insert the guitar into everything. Stop that. Yamiro. Yamiro. Stop that shit. It's always there. They keep putting the guitar in the dumbest fucking places. No. I get it. It's like a sad guitar. Oh, God. That's a metal thing. Ow. Okay, fair, fair. Thinks about that. Huh. That wasn't from that scene. The shot that we saw was not from that scene. Oh. Hmm. Okay. Oh, there it is. Never mind. It was from that scene. My pathetic. Wait, what was that? My pathetic nerves. My nerves will fry, and then some if I keep going there. Get my sympathetic nerves. Bzz. Oh yeah, I got a call from Ruka. Okay. Was that always in there? Was that always in there? I'm gonna check. I'm just curious. Was that always in there? Just plain curiosity at this point. Just Ruka just adjusting her shit. Was that always in there? Let's see. Let's see. I'm just curious. I do think it can thematically fit in, but let's see. Okay, gets a call from Ruka. Nope, it was not there. They added it in. They added in a shot of Ruka just adjusting her shit. They're just like, hey, look at Ruka's ass, though. I do think it's very thematically fitting that, like, Ruka literally makes him feel worse. Right? It's so thematically fitting that Ruka literally makes him feel worse about his emotions. Specifically because she says, I love you. Right? Ruka literally makes him feel worse by saying, I love you. The people around him literally make him feel worse because nobody fucking gets what he's going through. So they make all of his emotions 10 times worse in seemingly trying to express how much they care about him because nobody's actually paying attention to what the fuck he wants. Oh, I love the... Okay, they did a good job here. Okay. Credit where credit is due. They did a good job here. This entire sequence, no music. He's talking with this like monotone, dull voice. You hear a little bit of the wind. You hear Kazuya's clothes flapping as he's moving around. Really, really good stuff. It feels empty. That's why I like it. It literally feels empty. That's how it should feel. Oh, look at him. Oh, this is good. It's over. Dude, it's so devoid of life. Holy shit. Wow. Holy shit. It's so devoid of life. Not bad, kiddos. Not bad. Okay, Ruka is going to sneak up on him. Doesn't even care. Literally did nothing. Whoa, I like how they're drawing his eyes. Wait. I like how they're drawing his eyes. Whoa, look at his eyes. This is so different. It's more akin to the manga. I've literally never seen them draw his eyes like this. Huh. They actually made his eyes look pretty. So they really weren't together. What a blind fool. Oh, 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 they made that hurt. Oh, fuck, they made that hurt. What the fuck? Ow. They animated that so much. They gave her so much expression. Kana fucking drew that shit. Straight up. And, dude, that felt like Thrag with the fucking uppercut in today's episode of Invincible. I don't know who's seen today's episode of Invincible. That's literally what that felt like. She created a fucking vacuum with her fist and then just punched me into the fucking stratosphere. Oh my god, the animation. Ah, okay. Here we go. Oof. I just feel gross already. The voice acting by Shunhori is actually really fucking good. Okay, here we go. It begins. Sorry, I'm gonna adjust this just a little bit, just to be safe. I'm gonna adjust this just to be safe. I don't want to risk this for a fucking second. I'm sorry. I don't want to risk this whatsoever. Okay, it looks normal here. Okay. So no, damn it, I adjusted the wrong one. Wait. My bad. I adjusted the wrong one. This one should be normal. This one should be normal. Let's go here. Okay, this is the one I want to adjust. I'm gonna turn myself off real quick. And then this is what I want to grab and adjust. Maybe like this. I just don't want this to get fucking blown out of proportions, okay? There we go. There we go. It's like barely visible now. That should be okay, but let's see if I can do something else for that. Filters. Add. Color key, maybe? Yeah, this should be okay. Yeah, you guys can barely like fucking tell what the fuck's happening anymore. You guys, it's not necessary, I promise. I'm not risking it. K-manga level censoring right here. Hey, I'm sorry, I'm just not risking it. We can switch back to this very easily, and I'll do so when I can. But I'm just not risking it with YouTube. It's not necessary to do. It's fine. Just for now, just bear with me. I'll adjust it back to normal if I see it's not necessary. Okay. They're playing rock music? Oh boy! Oh boy! Oh. Interesting. They're doing it frame by frame? Oh. Okay. Huh. That's an interesting direction. I actually like it. I don't know about the music. Huh. Okay. Huh. What the fuck is this music? I'm sorry. What in the fuck? I I I I get it. I get it. They made the funny joke sound and everything. Okay. Huh. That was. Yeah, no, I didn't feel the same way at all. I did not feel the same way at all. Not even a little bit. Not even a little bit. I'm sorry. I did not feel the same way at all. Not even a little bit. And I think this was inevitable. I think this is the best direction they could have possibly taken it. To be honest, as an adaptation of the anime or of the manga, this is the possible best direction they could have taken it. It is the most inoffensive direction you could take it. They did a good job as an anime adaptation. It is the most inoffensive way you could adapt this chapter. Honestly, credit where it's due. Good job. Genuinely speaking, credit where it's due. Good job. The most inoffensive way to adapt this chapter. It is the perfect way to adapt it for a modern audiences. For a zeitgeist of anime fans who are blind, stupid little shits. The perfect way to adapt it. You barely see it. It's barely there. It's fucking, it's all over the place. The only issue I have is maybe the rock music. The only issue I have is maybe the rock music. But overall, honestly, this is kind of the best way you can really adapt this chapter. Just quick cuts. You're wondering, what the fuck am I looking at? And then when you actually pause and see the frames and you dig into it, suddenly it becomes very gross. I think that's a decent way of adapting this for a very specific reason. Why? Because for those who want to dig into it and see what you're actually being shown, you can see that and be like, wow, this is fucked up. This is really gross. For those who don't dig into it, which is going to be most audiences, they're like, wait, what the fuck am I looking at? They're going to think it's weird and maybe a little gross, and they're like, whoa, what the fuck's happening to Kazuya? Oh my god, that's so pathetic, with the fucking boner and everything. But then they're not going to be like, super disgusted, As for the rock music, they've always used the rock music. Who are we kidding? I was literally saying this. They were literally foreshadowing the rock music in the beginning of the episode when it started playing rock music when Kazuya imagined Shizuru with those other dudes. You know? Genuinely, honestly, the most inoffensive way you could adapt this. I think this is how they should have adapted it. I don't like it. I don't think it's very good. I think it's pretty like okay, but considering the audience they're adapting this for, good job. I'm actually quite pleased with how they adapted it. It doesn't feel as impactful as in the manga, but it keeps the idea and you feel that something is wrong. Yeah, no, like that's kind of what I'm saying. I don't think it's as good as the manga. Absolutely not. And I think it knows it because what they're trying to do when adapting this is so as someone who can like analyze and critique art, and I've been very into critiquing films and cinema and anime for a very, very long time. Like, probably a lot longer than I ever have literature and stuff like manga, where I know what they're trying to convey visually, whether it be through the music or what they're trying to show us. I can understand that what they tried to do was kind of a mix of two things. One, they're trying to adapt the chapter as best as they can. Two, they're trying to make the chapter as inoffensive for modern audiences as possible because they know this chapter is very fucking divisive. However, they keep the idea behind the chapter intact. They don't let the chapter linger. The whole effect of why the chapter worked so effectively in the manga is that it lingers. It's so disgustingly painful and it just sits with you. It's so depraved and gross and sensationalized on fucking purpose that it just sits with you and makes you feel fucking gross, you know? Whereas with this, what they try to do with the direction with this is that your initial reaction is, I don't know what I'm looking at. But then if you do what you did in the manga, which is be forced to watch it frame by frame, suddenly it becomes incredibly gross really fucking fast. And I think that's what they were trying to go for. They're trying to get you to stop and slow down and interact with it. And if you do, it becomes really, really fucking gross. And then suddenly all these emotions that you would naturally feel kick into gear. So yes, I think they took the best option they really could have. The only thing I'm not a big fan of is the music. I don't know. What do you guys feel about the music? The background music is probably the weakest point of the entire 5th season. It misses the tone of the scene most of the times. I think there's like parts where it like nails this. Like for instance, in the very beginning of the episode, I felt like initially they nailed the tone, where it plays this like melancholic empty music and then they just cut the music altogether. Good idea. They had some like fun music playing when Ruka showed up. Very like romancy, stupid high school bullshit. Good idea. Then they played the rock music for this and I'm just like, I don't know. You know, I don't know. Like, and hold me to this. Like, you feel free to fucking hate me for this. I think the music choice they were trying to go for is it's meant to kind of sound like pornography music. I'm gonna be real. I think it was intentional. They're trying to kind of make it sound like pornography music. And I think that was the idea. Because if you have seen Japanese adult videos, they kind of have weird music like this sometimes. You know? It's meant to be, oh no, the beautiful girl is being deflowered. That's the whole vibe the music is trying to go for. That's why it's sounding like this. It sounds like what you would imagine NTR music to sound like. That's kind of the vibe it's trying to go for. The only thing besides the music, the only thing I'm a little weird about is when it pans to Kazuya and the massive fucking wee boner. When it pans to Kazuya as a massive wee boner, it does the sound effect when someone gets wrecked. Let me pull it up. I have it on my system. I have a bunch of sound effects. You know, let me pull it up. And I'll turn on the sound effects so you guys know what the fuck I'm talking about. Sound effects folder. Uh. Okay, where is it? I know I have it. I can like immediately think of it too. That's the funny part. No, not this. Sorry, just give me a sec. I'm trying to find the stupid fucking sound effect. It's literally the... There it is. I think it's this. No, not that. Fuck. Damn it. Where is it? Okay, I think it's this. They use something like this. Okay, so bear with me. I'm gonna pull up the image of Kazuya with the boner. Okay, we're gonna pull up the image of Kazuya with the boner. Okay, so they show you this. They show you this, and it plays this sound effect. I don't know if you could hear that. That was really low. I hope you could hear that. That was really low. But that's literally what they play. They play this like sound effect. I'm just like, what? That's a choice. That's a choice. Like, I get it. Kazuya is kind of low-key meant to be a laughing stock in this scene. But it feels kind of dumb. They also made him look weird with the boner. You know, here, we can look at the shot. We can look at the shot. I don't know if you're just gonna get mad. Look at this. Do you hear that? Do you hear that? Like, and then look at it. They actually like made it like funny. They made it almost funny. You know, they made you almost like not understand it. You know, I feel like it's literally a scene designed for you to not get it when you're first looking at it. You know, and you're supposed to be like, why the fuck does he have a boner in the pool? Nani the fuck? Why the fuck does he have a boner in the pool? What's wrong with him? You know, that's how it's meant to look like. You know, that's how it's fucking meant to look like. You're meant to look at this and be like, what the fuck? Nani the fuck? So yeah, no, like, I don't know. I think the scene is fine. I think the idea they're trying to go for from an animation perspective is that it's meant to not make sense to you initially, to literally mirror how Kazuya, nobody understands Kazuya, just as you as the audience don't understand him, you know? And I think the biggest thing, like, they kind of fucked up in my opinion, specifically about this shot, that I'll show right here. They look at the way Reiji draws Kazuya. They kind of just don't do it as well. It feels like his body is like frozen. His hands are like contorting. It feels like something's wrong, you know? And while you kind of get that vibe that something is wrong, what the fuck is going on? It doesn't, you don't look at Kazuya's body here and think, holy shit, something's wrong with him. You think, wow, what a fucking weirdo. You know, when I look at this, I think, wow, what a fucking weirdo. In particular, it's the face and the eyes and how they do the face and the eyes. And the way Reiji does it here is different, you know? I think they should have tilted his head a little more. I think they made a mistake of not tilting his head more. I don't think like this is inherently bad. This is just like me criticizing things, you know? This is me being a nitpicky little bitch. The trunks are different. Oh yeah, no, the trunks have been different the entire time. They can't animate the trunks Kazuya actually has in the manga. Like look at these things. Look at these things. Imagine trying to fucking animate this. Imagine trying to fucking animate this. Look at these things. There's no way they're animating this unless you're like some dress up darling bullshit. And even then, they're not going to animate these kinds of trucks. They're too complicated. You know, this kind of swimwear is way too complicated. They're not going to animate it. When they initially tried to animate Chizuru's swimwear, they had the manga design. Or sorry, they had the manga cover design. But that's way too complicated. So they changed it. If you look at the first trailer for season 4, she literally had the manga cover design, the volume design. And then they changed it because they're like, this is fucking impossible. Shocker, Reiji thought the same thing. That's why he didn't fucking put that specific design in the manga. It would have been too hard to draw. So yeah, overall, it's like an okay scene. Overall, it's like an okay scene. I think they did an okay job with it. That scene was crazy. I mean, if you've read the manga, it's meant to be. It's the entire... I don't know. Should I bother sharing my scattered thoughts yet, or should we finish the episode yet? It can be done with some cool effects like Gonzo did years ago with the Count of Monte Cristo adaptation, but it doesn't fit the whole series. Wait, what? Oh, you mean complicated designs? Yes, but that's the thing. You're looking at a time that's very, very different for anime. What we do nowadays and how today we create anime is just not the same. So you're just not gonna get something similar in modern day anime as you are. They even put the reverse leg. Oh, are you talking about the thing where like Chizuru's leg looks a little fucking weird in that angle? I think the reason Reiji did that way is because Chizuru's supposed to be really flexible. So I think that's the idea for that scene. Chizuru's really flexible, and I think Kazuya knows that. So Reiji is just like, and I think maybe that's part of the exaggeration, because remember, this is Kazuya's imagination. So Kazuya's mind is literally meant to be exaggerating everything. The thing I'm curious about, and I'm going to check it real quick. The thing I'm curious about, does Umi have the beret? I'm curious, does Umi have the beret? Damn, the frames are so fast. The frames are way too fast. I can't fucking check any of this. Okay. Huh. Yeah, he does have the beret. He does have the beret. That's funny. Interesting. Damn. I kind of get what they were going for. You have the music on still? Oh, whoops. It doesn't matter. It's not a huge deal. I kind of get... I think one of the ones that they actually fucked up, in my opinion, is the hand. So what I'm talking about is that okay, Kazuya remembers Chizuru waving at him with her hand, and then he imagines her, and I hope YouTube doesn't get mad at this description, putting a man's genitals in with her hand, with that same hand. I think to me that one is the most disgusting and the most fitting. That one to me is the most disgusting depiction of the way love is sensationalized and bastardized. And I think that one is like the one, like, in my opinion, that you need to nail, because it's so fucking gross. It's so disgustingly gross that I think they should have kept that one in. They kind of don't. They kind of don't. If you pause frame by frame, they just have her like from far away doing that, you know? So you kind of like get the idea of what she's doing, but they don't actually show it. I think that one is like by far the most disgusting and the best, would it be an analogy or a metaphor? The best analogy for the bastardization of love, the defilement of love. Literally this entire segment is meant to be like Kazuya's love literally being defiled and destroyed. Because this entire chapter is about the death of love. It's about abandoning love for you know, the bullshit internet sensationalism nonsense, you know? That's kind of the whole idea of this chapter. This chapter literally nails what this Rent-A-Girlfriend is founded on, which is this idea that modern relationships and love is diluted by social media. Modern society has literally been diluted by social media. That's literally kind of what this chapter is all about. This chapter is literally like social media 1. This chapter is like Hollywood 1. This chapter is like it doesn't love is not about connection, bonding with other people, truly connecting to someone else. It's about someone looking pretty. It's about sex. It's about physical attraction. It's about desire. This entire thing is literally meant to be the antithesis and the destruction of love. It is meant to be absolutely fucking disgusting. This is what Reiji's depicting here is what he fucking sees with the internet when he goes to like the fucking internet and he sees how literally everything sells you sex, everything sells you some pretty fucking boy or some pretty girl, and it's always the pretty boy and the pretty girl getting together, and then it's always like sex in the background, or sex is the thing that we sell. You always see sexy cosplayers dressed in certain ways and they sell you that stuff. It literally, he's showing his absolute frustration and disgust in the way love is depicted in social media. That's kind of this chapter. It literally nails that vibe perfectly. In the manga, in the anime, it's like they're kind of trying to show that stuff, but they're kind of not really. And I do think it's really fitting that they show Kuri, Kibe, and Ruka in the background laughing while Kazuya literally looks like a joke. Right? I do think it's pretty fitting that we literally see like these characters laughing when Kazuya is literally a laughing stock. He's a joke in his own body. He's a joke in his own vision. He literally looks like the NTR cuck characters. You know? In a sense, Kazuya is literally being put in the cuck chair. Okay? In a sense, you're being put in that position and you're starting to realize why that depiction of what NTR is so disgusting. Reiji's literally showing you why pornography is so gross. Why pornography like really, really can fuck with your head and like make you like this is essentially like the darkest side of pornography and what it can do to you, you know, like how it can really fuck with your mind and like mess up everything you understand, especially if you've ever seen Japanese adult videos. They're like American adult videos dialed up to 11. Like imagine anime but it's like real people, and it's really weird. It's really weird. Like, if you've ever seen these things, they're really fucking weird. And Reiji nails that vibe perfectly. Like, there is such a... To me, this reflects such a deep understanding of what the entertainment industry sells you, what pornography tends to sell you, what Japanese adult industry tends to sell you. It shows how love has been utterly and totally bastardized in modern society. Like, this is the things, this is the death of love. This is how love dies. This is like when you go to fucking Tinder and Tinder matches you with some fucking pretty person you probably have no connection to whatsoever because, oh, look, you have some aligned interests. Love is not about aligned interests. That's not what love is. Love is not about a fucking aligned interests. Anyways, let me see if there's anything else in there that I can get a... Okay. Oh my god, look at this guy. They made this dude a pretty boy. Look at this pretty boy. Okay. Oh, that's cool. Okay, they actually use the wording really effectively here. So in the Japanese, or sorry, in the manga, you couldn't really tell when the character was saying the same thing. Here, it's like much easier to tell by sound, so they use sound effectively. Oh, that's really good. They had the kiss with Umi, but then the fake kiss with Kazuya. And then it lingers on the fake kiss. I like how it's kind of trying to go for this idea that like what Kazuya experienced is real, and then the thing he's imagining is not real. but the thing that is real is being bastardized by fiction. Literally, fiction bastardizes the real things that we experience. That's what it's kind of going for. I think they kind of nailed that idea. Ah, there's the iconic frame! There's the iconic frame! Oh, there's the iconic frame. The one that everybody memes. The one that everybody memes. You can't see it, and I'm not going to show it. You can't see it, and I'm not going to show it. There's the iconic meme frame. Oh, wow. So they're probably going to uncensor this in the official version. So they have Umi touching Chizuru's boobs here. They're probably going to uncensor this in the volume release. I'm going to be real. I wouldn't be surprised. I'm really curious how they're going to change this in the volume release other than just uncensor it. Ruka laughs. Yeah, again, you see Ruka laugh, you see Curry laugh, you see Kibe laugh. Everybody's laughing. Literally, they're laughing at his pain. Literally, Hollywood laughs at what you're going through. Okay, and that's it. Okay. Oh, there aren't many of them, huh? There's only like a few frames. Yeah, there's only like a few frames. Yeah, there's only like a few frames. How weird. Yeah, there aren't that many of them. Yep, there's that one. There's the one with the booby bounce. Oh, there's that weird one. There's that weird one. Let's see if I can get that one. Okay. Oh, I really can't see anything. Like, even when you watch it, it's completely blurred. I will say one thing. One thing that I really like about the direction they took, the one thing I was utterly terrified of, and I really did not want them to do this, and I'm glad, so fucking glad, they chose not to do this. They didn't put it in color. They did not put it in color. Thank Christ. It doesn't have sound. You don't hear Chizuru fucking moaning her ass off. Thank you. Thank you. You understood the mission. Thank you. Holy shit. No, that was what I was terrified of. I did not want them to animate it with Chizuru just like, like every other fucking frame. I did not need that. You know, I think that would have just diluted the message completely. You know, that's one thing I've always disliked about the imagination things is like when they have the girl go, like every other fucking frame, you know? I always thought that was kind of like weird, and I wasn't like a huge fan of it. And Reiji never depicts any sound in this sequence. The whole idea was that the only sound you're meant to hear is literally the people talking. That was the whole point of that sequence. The only sound you were meant to hear is the people talking. And I think they did a good job of that, except for the music. I think if they did this without music, it might have been even more effective. Just a thought. I think if they did this without music, it might have been a little more effective. But that's just a thought. Damn! Oh, wow! Oh, God! They went crazy with this one! Oh, wow, they got away with a lot with this one. They got away with a lot with this one. Whew, it's the one with the Chizuru bending her leg thing. They got away with a lot with this one. Woo! Okay, real quick. Bro, look at the animation of Season 1. Look at the animation of Season 1. Holy shit. Look at the animation of Season 1. It's so smooth. It's so smooth. It looks so good. There's actual fucking composition. Wait. Oh, damn it. Okay. Yep, Curry laughs. Yep. Yep. Pausing is making me feel quite gross, mind you. I do want to point that out. Pausing this is making me feel incredibly gross. So I'll give them credit where it's due. I'm feeling kind of gross. Okay. Yep. They paired this. Oh, they paired these ones weird. Wait, they actually paired these ones a little weird. So the one where Chizuru hugs him, or the one where Chizuru grabs him, it was supposed to be paired with the one where you see Chizuru's legs around Umi's waist. Again, the ones you're seeing are meant to be intentional bastardizations of the thing that is defining love. So these are like weirdly paired. Yeah, and then you see Chizuru's, yeah, and then the heavy breathing. Oh, okay, and that was a good idea. Suddenly it starts feeling real. So it goes from black and white and suddenly becomes real. As if it's literally becoming real for him. Okay, good idea. Can I show this? This should be fine. I can show this one. Yeah, this should be fine. I'm not gonna get banned for this, right? It's just a girl's face. It's just a girl's face. You know, I do like that this one transitions from like this was black and white, and then it literally transitions into color, and she literally starts having motion and animations and reactions. I think that's a good idea. That's something I do like about this, is like how it goes from being something that's fictional and not real to suddenly feeling incredibly real and very, very, very uncomfortable, right? So that was a kind of decent idea on their part. It's like it goes from this fictional thing that's not actually real, it's literally all paused frames, to then Chizuru is actually moving and emoting and reacting, and you're like, oh, this is fucking gross. Are they going to uncensor it in the Blu-ray version? I think the most you're really going to get is just like, oh, look, here's a crotch shot that like doesn't even show a dick. Here is a booby shot that you see some titties here. You know, you're gonna see some nipples. That's it. It's nothing like super serious. You're not actually gonna get much here. And I'm gonna be dead serious with you. If you're looking for something lewd to like beat your meat to, this was never gonna be this chapter. It never evokes such a feeling from you. It just feels gross to watch. You know, Reiji makes it so unabashedly gross that you could never really like. There's probably some fucking weirdo who can do it, but but it doesn't really feels like this is something you can really like beat your meat to. I just never felt that way. You know. I do like how they depict Kazuya as if he's literally drowning. I think that's such a good idea. He's literally drowning in his emotions. Because that's the whole point of this scene. So I do like the idea that it looks like he's like really deep underwater. Yeah, like this whole idea here, it's again funny, but it literally looks like, doesn't it look like he's deep underwater? Like this doesn't look like he's in a pool. Like this is not how I imagine a pool. You know, this looks like he's like, it looks like he's in the ocean, which oddly fitting because Umi. It literally looks like he's drowning in the ocean. The scene with Umi and Chizuru goes by way too fast. It's hard to make out what's happening when it goes too fast. You have to pause or go back to make out what's happening. That's the idea. I was explaining this earlier. That's literally what they're trying to go for. That's the whole point. Again, on one hand, it's a little safe. On the other, I think it captures the idea well, because do you really want to get into that? You're not meant to understand what Kazuya is going through here. It's meant to feel a little weird. The whole point of this entire episode that even the storyboarders like talked about to me really quickly, like I kind of got that impression from what they said the other day, is like they're trying to go for Kazuya being invisible and unseen. And so in a way, he's literally invisible and unseen to you as well as the readers, right? So like we as the viewers don't get it, you know? We're like, what am I looking at? And you can kind of understand if you pause and like actually interact with it, and suddenly it feels really fucking gross. And that's exactly it. Like, you're not getting time to understand Kazuya's feelings. The cry was also kind of weak. Yeah, the cry also doesn't have as much power as I imagined. They go for a much more quieter cry. Yeah, they go for like a quieter cry, whereas like in the manga, like I don't know. I think maybe this is what Reiji wanted, but in the manga, it looks like he's fucking crying. You know, it feels like he's fucking crying. Whereas in the anime, it's a much quieter cry. It's a lot more tame. It's a lot more tame than I imagined. But yeah, I'm gonna be real with you. I'm gonna be real with you. I legit think this is the best way they could have adapted it. I'm dead fucking serious with you. I think this is the best way they could have adapted it. For an anime, best way they could have adapted it. They use a technique that is very like, you know, requires you to think and process what they're trying to go for. It kind of makes you reflect a little bit. It doesn't make you feel super uncomfortable, but gets the point across. People will still meme it, but it won't be memed nearly as hard. It's just a really good approach. It doesn't invalidate the manga. If anything, it takes a new approach that seemingly complements it. Honestly, good idea. Good idea if you're trying to maintain your audience. You make it quick, to the point, get the fucking point across, move on. Honestly, the best way they could have adapted it. Perfectly safe, perfectly, like, just save the fucking issue, move on. Honestly, good job. Good job. Like, a full credit, they adapted the scene pretty well. I'm gonna be real. Having taken the time to dig into it, explore what they were trying to go for, think about it a little bit. Honestly, yeah, good job. I'm gonna shut the fuck up. They did a good job. Let's just keep going. Oh, let me change the settings back to normal. So get rid of me real quick and then adjust. Whoop, 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 whoop. Okay, and then just gotta filters, just gotta get the color key out of the way. Perfect. And we should be back to normal. There we go. Okay. Moving on. Okay, good job. Good job. I like this. No, they did a good job here. I like this shot. This is good. And then Curry and Kibe talking about sex positions. It really shows how like Kibe and Curry don't understand love. You know, it really shows that Kibe and Curry don't understand love. They're just jealous of other people for having sex. You know, literally, what they're talking about is in of itself a bastardization of love. But this is what dudes talk about sometimes. You know, they're fucking stupid like that. You know, a lot of us don't really think about love and connection. We just kind of like sex. Yeah, bro, sex. Ladies and ladies, this is the kind of thing gents talk about when you step away for a moment. He's not even lying. He's not even lying. It's dead ass true. Whoa. Whoa. They don't nail the look here. The look Chizuru has here is not quite. I don't think they nailed the look very well here. So let me show you a comparison real quick. Right, this is Chizuru's look. This is what she's meant to look like. And yes, the boobies. We're gonna not worry about the boobies. The boobies in the manga are better. They're more accurate, real boobies. The anime boobies are kind of like, okay, these are like, goddamn, these are boobies. But no, the look Chizuru has here They didn't nail the vibe. They didn't nail the vibe. Yeah, it doesn't pass the vibe check in my opinion. It doesn't feel real no matter how many times I see it. How'd Kazuchin and his 6-girl rejection streak land a babe like her? Again, Kazuya, wow, I can't believe you are dating a girl like her when you've been rejected 6 times, as if that has anything to do with love. Literally, they don't. This is foreshadowing for what's going to ultimately happen when his family turns on him and they find out that, like, oh, Chizuru's a rental girlfriend. They immediately believe it because they don't think it's real. They already don't think it's real. They already don't believe it. So literally, this is already foreshadowing for you. Kibe doesn't believe it already. Huh, it's playing the Mizuhara theme. Even a guy with 2 meters of her is doing double takes. Light skin, dynamite body. Ugh. Dude. Legit? Same as Kazuya. And now, and suddenly, doesn't it make a lot of sense why Kazuya, after this point, seemingly wants to remove sex completely from the relationship? Suddenly, doesn't that make so much sense? He literally wants to delete a part of himself. And the way Kibe just described Chizuru was fucking disgusting. Oh, look at her explosive boobies. Oh, look at that waistline. Oh, look at that dynamite body. Ooh. It's disgusting. Like, the way the line is delivered is disgusting. The line delivery is perfect because it sounds disgusting. It's meant to sound disgusting. And look at Kazuya's face. This is why after this point, Kazuya seemingly wants to remove sex from the relationship. Completely. Right? Despite wanting it so badly. Because it feels so gross. It feels so disgusting. Sex has become so sensationalized that it doesn't even feel fucking normal for people anymore. We're so fucking sex-pilled these days, it doesn't feel normal anymore. That a normal person can't have a relationship with a girl just because she's super attractive. What? So Kazuya can't have a relationship with Chizuru just because she's super attractive. And Reishi's nailing that gross shit well, but then people will read this and they'll take it at face value. They're like, oh my god, look at the writer sexualizing this character. Look at how disgusting this writer is. When he's literally fucking calling people out for exactly this line of thinking and dialogue. And you're the only one in this world who gets to have this all to himself. Shut up. Shut the fuck up, Kibe. Oh. Oh, shut the fuck up. Oh. Right? Kibe's like saying all this shit and it's literally actively hurting Kazuya. He doesn't get it. Did you notice that? Kibe's like talking about Kazuya and he's not looking at Kazuya, he's looking at Chizuru. That is my favorite part of this scene. Kibe is looking at Chizuru, he's not looking at Kazuya. He doesn't look at his friend. He doesn't see him. This guy doesn't know. I've been rejected by Mizuhara or somebody else. They did a little boob animation there. I get what they're going for. They're trying to go for, oh, look, boobies. Oh, look, boobies. Except look at what the manga does. In the manga, you see her face. In the manga, you see Chizuru's face. In the anime, they specifically show Chizuru's boobs. I get it. What the fuck was that? I feel like they're like, it's gonna sound weird. I feel like they're trying too hard. It's like, okay, I get it. You're trying too hard. You're kind of losing the sauce a little bit. This is my opinion, though. This is just my opinion. I get what they're going for, but it's a little too on the nose now. Oh, look, boobies. Look at her boobies shake. Look at her anime titties shaking fucking weird, bro. Except, no. The whole point is that Chizuru herself is real. The whole point is that Chizuru herself is real. You're not supposed to see the anime titty shake with Chizuru. She herself is real. How Kibe talks about her is not real. How Kazuya imagines her is not real. How Chizuru herself is real. So you don't do the anime titty thing with Chizuru. That defeats the point. You've missed the fucking point. This scene misses the point. This one tiny scene, in my opinion, misses the fucking point completely. I don't think they needed to do that. I think you're trying too hard now. And you've kind of lost the fucking sauce. I do love how they nailed that Kibe is like too intrusive. Kibe is way too intrusive. Like at this point in the story, Kibe is incredibly intrusive, but this is the thing Reishi's really trying to go for. After this point, you really have to pay attention to Kibe. He just never gets in his business anymore. He always backs the fuck up. He always has questions and he backs the fuck up because he's learning. He's learning how to back the fuck up and not be all up in Kazi and Chizuru's business. Okay, so they gave Chizuru just like a straight gloomy look. Let's see how it looks in the manga. That's not quite the vibe I got from Chizuru in this one. It wasn't a straight gloomy look. But let's take a look. Okay. Whoa. No, so in this one, it's just like straight gloomy. In this one, it's like very contemplative and in shadows. This is drawn by Kana, but I feel like it doesn't quite capture the atmosphere. It's supposed to be empty. There's like a weird emptiness to this that I don't think they're quite capturing. You know, I think this one's a little... This is the anime trap the anime tends to fall into, where it ends up looking way more extreme than it actually is. Ooh, the music choice. Actual piano. Actual fucking piano. Holy shit. Actual piano. I'm dead serious. The music sounds amazing. I'm dead serious. The music sounds amazing. Actual fucking piano. Oh. Oh my god, this music captures the feeling of loss perfectly. This music captures the feeling of loss perfect. Their relationship ended right here. It was over. And you feel it. Mommy won. You fucking feel it. Mommy succeeded. And you oh my god. The music is actually incredible right here. I'm dead fucking serious. Oh, they nailed the vibe. Oh, the music's kind of okay now. They did not nail Chizuru's look, though. Oh, they kind of did not nail Chizuru's look, though. Okay, so I'm gonna show you what I mean. This is what Chizuru's face should have looked like. Um, give me a sec. Give me a sec. Yeah, they go straight into this. So they go straight into this. And immediately her face moves. Immediately the face tilts down. In the manga, there's a pause. In the manga, there is a pause. She looks at his face, and then she tilts down. She's like, sure, no problem. I don't like that the music transitioned to a more happy vibe. I think that kind of misses the point. The music was incredibly melancholic and empty initially. It was so melancholic and empty, and I was vibing with that hard. And then it transitioned to this like positive vibe. But I think what they should have done, and I think they kind of, in my opinion, low-key failed at that. Low-key, not completely. Low-key failed at this because the music transitions to a positive vibe. I think what it should have done is transition to a positive vibe with a dark undertone. The best example I can give of this is the Resident Evil save room theme. The save room theme from Resident Evil is basically like this calming tune that's really different, but in the background there's this like unnerving undertone where you're just like you still don't feel safe. You still don't really feel safe. You know, it's the safe room, you know, it's you're okay now, but it's like the song is almost telling you you're going to get back out there and it's going to be scary. I think this needed to have that, where it needed to have that like positive tone, that positive tone transition. I think that was a good idea, but it needed that dark undertone to still exist, and I don't think it's really there. You know, it seems like it's ending on a good note. It's giving the idea of ending on a good note, but okay, mommy. Okay, so there's something going on with mommy. Okay. And then mommy pretends to back off, as mommy does. Huh. Chizuru's face here. Chizuru looks really cute here. Chizuru looks adorable here. Wait, what the fuck? Wait, does she look like this in the manga? She looks fucking adorable. She did not look like this in the manga. She didn't. I knew it. She didn't look like this in the manga. Her hair is a mess. They do have that messy hair, but it didn't quite look like this. She does look kind of cute. This is a pretty cute frame. The light is an interesting choice because that wasn't really there before. Huh. Wait, something's weird. Wait, the way they're adapting this is weird. Let me see here. Yeah, Chizuru reacts weird. Okay, so I think what the thing they're kind of fucking up on is that mommy opens her eyes in the anime. In the manga, she keeps her eyes closed. She's straight up lying. She's straight up lying, and she keeps her eyes closed the whole time. And Chizuru is in the shadows. She can tell something is wrong. And Chizuru's like, oh, come on. Mommy's like, oh, come on, don't give me that look. But then, what do you see? Mommy slyly turns her eye away. Oh, now I'm kind of over it. You're fucking not. You're fucking not. And Chizuru's just confused. She's like, what? The fuck? They kind of like look at that. It doesn't feel the same. It doesn't feel the same. I feel like that's one of the anime's biggest weaknesses is they don't capture the mannerisms of the characters very well. Uh, yeah, right. Like this is drawn by Kana, I can tell, but it feels more sinister than it does sly. The whole point was that it's meant to feel sly. Like mommy is like saying, "Oh, I'm kind of over it now." What it's with the anime, it looks more sinister because oh, mommy's gonna pull the trigger now. With the manga, it looks more sly. You're like, fine, I'm over it. I'm fucking done with this shit. But it's being like, I don't know, it's just more sly and sneaky. Whereas here, it's like more direct and in your face. What? Again? Again with the weird fucking look from Chizuru. Look at Chizuru here. Again, well, first off, finally, they drew her in shadow for some fucking reason. The other shots did not have her in shadow. They finally drew her in shadow. They actually used the shadow motif for once in the fucking. I don't know. They've been trying to do it lately, and I'm like, cool, finally. But I want you to look at this scene. Look at Chizuru here, and look at Chizuru here. It's a little more clear. Chizuru's like, what the fuck? Right? In the manga, like the subtle eyebrow movement, the way that she doesn't have blushes all over her face, immediately indicates to you Chizuru is confused. She's like, what? Really? Okay. Whereas here, it's like, yeah, she still has the thing and she has that, but her eyebrows are not like turning. She just looks pretty. She just look. I think that's the biggest issue with the anime is like it just doesn't have good expression work, right? It just really doesn't have good expression work. Like it's just really unfortunate. They just don't have good expression work. So when you look at this face, you're like, what is Chizuru thinking? Right? When I look at this face, I don't know what expression Chizuru is supposed to be giving me. She's supposed to, it looks monotone. Whereas Chizuru in the manga is significantly more expressive. She's just like, the fuck? Wait, really? No way. Like Chizuru reacts as we would react. She's like, no shot. Right? That, really? And then in the manga, huh? I don't know. In the manga, mommy immediately turns away and she says, I'm going off to the pool. And again, Chizuru has that what the fuck face, right? Chizuru has that what the actual fuck is going on face. Seriously? I actually got through to her? In the anime, mommy smiles again. Okay, she leaves. Chizuru just looks more... Okay, Chizuru looks weird here, first off. She looks like a doll. Chizuru looks really weird here, first off. She looks like a doll. Like, what the fuck happened to her proportions here? Who drew this? This doesn't look like it was corrected properly. Like this feels like it was a first. This feels like it was a first draft take. This was not corrected properly. First off, her face is like literally like super round and weird. She literally looks like a doll. She straight up looks like a doll. This is weird, right? This straight up looks weird. She actually looks like a doll. Like this looks like one of those dolls of Chizuru that you're selling. Chizuru here looks weird. She doesn't seem like how do I describe this? This is what Chizuru is supposed to look like. Chizuru is supposed to be mature and under control and confused because Chizuru is finally fighting back. So here, Chizuru looks desperate. Here, Chizuru's just, what the fuck? Right? Chizuru just has a very what the fuck face here. Chizuru here looks desperate. That's weird. This is not the same expression. This is a completely different character. Okay. All right. Keep all of this a secret from Kazu-kun. How does she look here? Okay. Inoffensive. Inoffensive. But, you know, wrecks everything. Hey, could you keep this Kazuya? Could you keep this from Kazuya? Fuck you, mommy. I don't want any beef with him because of this. Okay, how does Chizuru react in the manga? So they have Chizuru immediately react in the anime. She's like, what? In the manga, she's just like, what the actual fuck? No. The whole point of the manga is Chizuru is not buying this. The whole point of the manga is that Chizuru is not buying this, and she's just like, what? What the fuck? Nani? What? Let me double check the volume release. I have the volume release, so let me double check it. See if it's the fucking same. If Reiji added these scenes, I'll shut up. If Reiji added these scenes, I'll shut up. But the way Chizuru is being characterized in the anime is not the same. It makes her seem kind of dumber. In my opinion, the way she's being characterized in the anime kind of makes her feel a little dumber. She's not dumb. Chizuru is not stupid. That's kind of, this is why I'm a little frustrated with this, with what's being depicted right here, is that it's making Chizuru feel a little dumber than she actually is. She's not actually this dumb. You know, she's not this stupid. If anything, she's incredibly aware. Okay, 25. Pretty sure this is volume 25. Extra large. Sort by name. Okay. It's the same. It's literally the same. Yeah, it's this. Yeah, the characterization of Chizuru is a little just like, the more mommy talks, the more Chizuru's face increases in what the fuck, right? The more mommy, like, look at this. Let's just go through it really quickly. Mommy says, okay, I give up. Chizuru's like, wait, what? She's surprised, right? Initially, it's just surprise. Wait, what? Mommy keeps talking. Chizuru's like, no shot. She doesn't believe her. It's on her face. Mommy's like, oh, don't give me that look. And Chizuru's like, wait, seriously? What? You can literally track Chizuru's emotions, right? You can track Chizuru's emotions frame by frame, and her reactions are consistent and realistic. Then mommy says, you know, I'm gonna go swim now. And Chizuru's like, wait, seriously? You are? Right? She doesn't know how to respond. She's like, should I say anything? Should I leave this alone? What? Mommy says this last line and then just leaves. And Chizuru is just flabbergasted. She's like, what did I just interact with? In the anime, it looks like she believes her. That's my problem with the anime adaptation. It looks like she believes her. She doesn't believe her. She thinks something is wrong. She doesn't believe her. But the anime makes it look like Chizuru actually believes her. She's like, oh, I actually got through to her? That's kind of the vibe I'm getting from the anime. Oh, wait. Oh, I bet none of you caught this. I don't know if you caught this. I'm going to show you. Okay, look at what mommy does here. I'm going to play the music and everything. Look at what mommy does here. Her eyes change. Her tone changes. They're just like, look at the evil bitch. Look at the evil bitch. She's gonna do it. She's gonna do it. Whereas at the manga, it's more subtle. You're like, she's gonna do. It's not like like the manga. Look at how subtle it is. It's just a little sly smile, right? In the manga, it's a little sly smile, and you're like, what the fuck? No, she's gonna do something. Here, it's like blatantly, oh, she's gonna do something. Here, it's like directly spelled out to you, oh, she's gonna do something. In the manga, it's more subtle. It's a lot more subtle in the manga. Oh, she's gonna do something. And then I think they play a sound effect. Yeah, I don't know about that sound effect. Oh, look, Chizuru actually finally looks confused. Her face is weird, but she finally looks confused. Like, fairly enough. Oh, okay, finally she's confused. What the fuck just happened? Oh, the door close sound effect. That's kind of cool. She's not saying anything. Okay, we cut back to Chizuru. Current time. Kazuya's like, you okay? She's like, yeah, it's fine. Oh my god, what is that running? Oh my lord, what is that running? Oh, okay, I need to show you this. I need to show you. This looks bad. Okay, I'm sorry. Look at Kazuya run here. It is... Wow. What am I looking at? What am I looking at? What is that run? What is that run? Bro. What? Look, he runs like a normal person here. He runs like a normal fucking person here. Why does he run so weird? Why does he run so fucking goofy? Bruh. What is that run? He's like, that's how I run in real life. I'm sorry. It just looks weird. It just looks really weird. And I think the problem I have with it too is that he's not actually moving. They're keyframing him. That's the big issue I have with this. He's not actually moving. They're keyframing him. So if you look at him actually move, they literally created a running motion, and then they just grabbed his character and then keyframed him down the screen and then shrunk him. That's all they were doing. There's no knee movement. Yeah. It just, and then the way the hands are like moving, it's like the Hades move in KH1. Wait, what Hades move? Wait, what Hades move? Please be specific. I have no idea what you're talking about. Like when Hades like wiggles himself? Like when Hades does his little dance? The fucking Trump dance? That's what I imagined. I thought that's what you're talking about. Yeah, during the boss fight, Hades does the feel the heat. And then he just like does this with his hands. Is that what you're talking about? Because he just floats in there. Looks like a race walk. It's weird. It's literally the problem with it is it's just fucking drawn weird. They've never been able to draw Kazuya running normally. It's kind of jarring. I kept wondering how I'd feel after I got rejected, and I thought I'd be prepared for myself for it. Oh, the music is weird. Ooh, okay, I like the music here. It kind of makes me think of Persona. Ooh. It's like that uncanny Persona music. Because that's the whole point. This entire sequence after this point is meant to be uncanny. Like, really weird. You don't know what's happening. It feels like everything has gone wrong. Nothing is going correctly. Everything is going wrong. It's only going to get worse. And you kind of feel like Mommy's going to do something. You're like, what the fuck's Mommy going to do? So it's playing this, like, uncanny music. You know what's really fascinating about Kazuya's dialogue in this sequence? It should sound exactly identical to the dialogue he says in chapter 381. I'm dead serious. The dialogue should sound identical to chapter 381. Because it is. It literally is. Kazuya is like, I was thinking how it might be good to lay the groundwork for our breakup. I didn't know what I was thinking about then. Blah, blah, blah. It's literally all in his head. And he didn't know what was coming right after. Then you get a complete reversal of this when Chizuru rejects him in chapter 380. And 381, he has dialogue almost akin to this. because these two scenes are directly connected. My family showed up at some point and spoke to Mizuhara. I didn't know what about, though. Oh, yeah, Nagomi, like, thought something was wrong, and Chizuru, like, cleared it up, but we never... You know, it'd be really curious if we'd later in the manga hear what Chizuru was talking about with Nagomi. I don't know if we ever will. I don't know if we ever will, but I think it would be a really interesting direction to start seeing these things from Chizuru's POV as she describes them to Kazuya. And we literally hear, like, what Nagomi thought was happening. I'm in the lobby. I told her it was about money troubles with a friend and that it was all resolved. Please roll with that. Oh, okay, so she just tells us. Never mind. Never mind. Chizuru just tells us it was all about money troubles with a friend and that was all resolved. Please roll with that. Okay, so never mind. Never mind. We already heard the conversation. Right, Rachel already cleared it up. I'm probably so beaten up that I needed something to occupy my mind. And at that time, I had no clue what was coming. It's been a year and a half since I met Mizuhara. In the fall of my second year in college, November 24th, 3:37 p.m. Just 2 hours later before we go back to the Tokyo. Okay, the music is kind of weird again. Okay, I'm sorry. The music choice there was kind of dumb. It was good until it was like doo 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 doo, and I'm just like, what is this, a fucking boss theme? What is this, a fucking boss theme? Like, why are we playing boss music? Like, it felt like I just walked into a boss room in Elden Ring. You know when you walk into a boss room in Elden Ring and it's like dun 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 dun, and it's like the boss showed up. That's literally what that sounded like. It was so goofy. Okay, mommy is typing. Huh. So they showed you. Wait. Okay, so now we're on to chapter 220, which is where I thought this was going to stop. Like, that was kind of my guess. My guess was that we would stop when mommy drops the phone. I vividly remember that was my guess. And it sounds like this is where we're going to be stopping. Let me open 220. It shows mommy first. Oh, this is an added scene. Oh, this is not in the manga. Oh, that's weird. It's literally not in the manga. Wait, let me go back. Okay, 25. Yeah, it's not in the manga. So they added an extra scene where mommy pulls up her phone and literally shows you what she's about to do. Like, spell it the fuck out, why don't you? That's kind of the issue with the anime, is like, it's too afraid to, or sometimes, not always. I've just noticed a lot of times the anime has this tendency where it's like really too afraid to let the audience think. It's a little too scared to let the audience think. The only times it does is that when the manga does. You know, when they want to be like very to the manga, but a lot of times it feels like it's really scared to let the audience just think it through. You know, because again, this is twice now. They've been very explicit with mommy. First, they show mommy like grinning explicitly and making a sound, and it's like, oh no. And then later they show right now they show mommy in the locker pulling up her phone and literally pulling up the rental thing, and you're like, oh, that's what she's gonna do. Like, I've never seen something be so fucking spelled out for you, trying to present itself as like, well, never mind, I have seen that before many times. But it's literally trying to present itself as if it's being subtle. It's not being subtle. It's like literally showing you to your fucking face what she's going to do. What are those boob movements, dude? Okay. Okay. Was it like this on the manga? This feels weird. Again with the weird fucking boob movements. Again with the weird fucking boob movements. Yeah, it's like a lot more subtle in the manga. Yeah, her boobs are moving, clearly. She's having fun. Her boobs are moving, but it's a lot more subtle. You know, it's just boobies. They over animate the boobs. The Venus on Earth, every man on Earth wants her. This is when Kazuya kind of starts idolizing Chizuru. This is where it begins. You know, everyone was just like, Kazuya's like idolizing Chizuru too much. Prior to this, he wasn't really doing it nearly that much. This is where it starts. This is where it all begins, where the idolization of Chizuru really truly begins, and where he loses the sauce. Kazuya calls what Chizuru does here kindness. I would actually characterize what Chizuru is trying to do here as niceness, not kindness. She's not being kind, she's being nice. And that is a crucial mistake. That is a crucial fucking mistake. Now, I've described this to some of you before, but there's a difference between being nice and being kind. When you're nice to someone, you're not actually being honest with them. It's a little bit more about you. It's a little bit more about trying not to do the bad thing. You don't want to say the bad thing. You don't want to shake up the pot. You're afraid of shaking up the pot. Chizuru here is very much kind of terrified of shaking up the pot, of telling Kazuya the truth, because she doesn't want to hurt him. That's not being nice. Or sorry, that's not being kind. That's being nice. You're trying really hard not to hurt this person, but ultimately you're just gonna hurt them more. So tip for you fellas, learn to be, when you're trying to talk to someone, be honest with them. You don't have to be a dick, but be honest with them. You know, just tell them what you're honestly feeling. You don't got to be a dick about it, but just be true to yourself. Be true to what you're seeing, you know? You don't have to be a dick. You can be empathetic. You can be respectful about it, but just be honest with yourself about what you're saying. Chizuru is being nice here. She's not being kind, because if she was actually being her real self, she would be a lot more tough with Kazuya, you know? But she's not. And I think a part of it is that Chizuru has been conditioned to be nice. You know, she doesn't know how to be kind anymore. She's lost her kindness to this fear, and thus she's defining herself with niceness. You know, she's trying to satisfy her own fears. Chizuru is very afraid in this arc. You know, that's kind of the issue. And then the arc flips. Later, after this point, when we get into the rejection and the dating and all that stuff and the cohabitation, Kazuya is the one who is being nice. Kazuya is the one who's satisfying his own ego. Kazuya is the one who's running away. So yeah. Okay, wow. They just keep panning to her phone. They just keep panning to her phone. We're like, I get the picture, bro. Mami-chan. Interesting. Huh. They added a bunch of extra animations. Kazuya's actually suspicious of her. Is he actually suspicious in the manga? I'm curious. Let's pan up. So he's actually suspicious of her. Okay, so he's a little bit suspicious, but not that suspicious. Chizuru's reaction in the manga is quite different. In the anime, she like turns, she has like a really serious look. Here she's just like, how should I react? What should I do? What do I expect? Right? It's not quite the same. Wait, Mami-chan said something happened with Mizuhara. Did they work it out? Okay, yeah, that's about the same. Yeah, that's... Everybody's making the mistake of being too nice right here. Look at this dum-dum. Oh, it's okay. Yep, everything is fine. Everything is awesome. Everything is cool when you're part of a team. Look at this dum-dum. I like it. Wait, let me see how it looks in the manga. I hope this is in the manga. It's kind of cute. Oh, it looks even cuter in the manga because it's so honest. Here he looks like a dum-dum. Here he kind of looks like a dum-dum. Here he looks just really honest. Look at this honest boy. Look at this honest, adorable boy. Right? He looks like a fucking Kingdom Hearts character, bro. He's so honest that you'd think he's a Kingdom Hearts character. And then here, kind of that, but more of a dum-dum. You know, more dum-dum vibes here. Okay. Chizuru is so busy watching over mommy, she never even noticed Kazuya was alone. Bruh. That's so good. That's so good. You're so busy trying to stop the bomb from going off, you're not noticing who you're actually hurting. You're trying so hard not to let a person get hurt, you're not realizing how hurt they actually are. Oh, they're playing Kazuya's theme when he's reflecting. Yeah, he literally says he's gonna set things straight with Ruka. But that's the sad part is he's not really stringing her along. She won't let go. At this point, Kazuya isn't really stringing Ruka along. She literally won't let go. It's later that he actually begins to string her along. He's not actually doing that right now. I don't think so. Oh my god, what did they do to Nagomi's face? Everyone is calling Kibe an unemployed old man. Looks like it's all just gonna end normally. Oh, look at this shot. The dialogue delivery from Shunhori is on point. No one sees him. That's why I'm siding with the ending, not becoming a couple because of their dynamic. That's how it was built, the relationship. No. No, Wiz, if you actually believe that, you've missed the fucking point. You've literally missed the fucking point. Chizuru is a victim. Mommy turned her into a victim. So what? Just because you make the mistake and you hurt the people that you love, you shouldn't become a couple? You literally, if that is your stance, you don't understand love. If you think this type of dynamic should be the defining aspect of a relationship, if you think you having a fucky-wucky dynamic with someone initially, or having issues in a relationship like this initially should end the relationship, that's stupid. Because my best friend literally had a dynamic exactly like this with his girlfriend. And I talked to him, and initially I'm like, maybe you guys should break up. And I said all this dumb shit. Guess what? Now they're happily married for like 5-6 years. They have a house together. And they fix their relationship. So no, just because they have this messy dynamic, just because there are things that are not going well, just because Chizuru is making mistakes, doesn't mean it should just end, because Kazuya is also making mistakes. The whole point is to learn, not to just end things when you think it's easier to, when you think it's better to. No, a relationship is about working through it, solving this shit, actually fucking getting into the nitty-gritty, uncomfortable shit. And if you do that, and it still doesn't work, then maybe you should end it. They have not done that. They couldn't do that. Both of them are caught up in guilt. Both of them are caught up in acts. No. Every relationship is different. You cannot go and judge relationships because of this. To me, Wiz, all I'm seeing here is you're just trying to validate your own beliefs that they should break up. You're seeing signs and you want to believe it. You're seeing things and you think this is what it should be. If anything, I think what you're describing is literally the antithesis of this manga, and what Reiji is saying is wrong. Everything that you're describing is literally the things Reiji is saying is wrong. That if you believe this is how relationships should go, that the relationship should just have a sad ending because you're having misunderstandings or you're having problems like this or people are getting in the way, then that's dumb. Because love is about working through that shit. You gotta fucking go and work through that shit, dude. You go through the messy shit and you work through it. You actually learn, you improve, you challenge yourself. You don't just fucking give up on a relationship. Giving up on a relationship should not be the immediate result, you know? And the reason things are going this well is terrible, you know? It's like things were going so well prior to this. And then it just all went wrong because people got in the way. So just because society, people, and abusers get in the way, we should end our relationship? Why should I end the relationship with the person that I love and I truly connected to because an abuser decided to go after her while she was going through grief? Why should I end a relationship because, social media says I shouldn't be together? Why should I end a relationship because my family believes that I'm not good enough for this person? Fuck you. Fuck all of that nonsense. That's literally what the kiss says. That's literally what the kiss says. The kiss is literally keep dreaming. Don't fucking give up. The whole idea is that you should keep dreaming. Don't fucking give up because you see so much dark and fucked up shit in our world. No, say no to that crap. Keep fucking believing. So much of this manga is literally challenging you as the readers to keep believing. It is dragging you through the fucking mud and it's telling you keep believing, keep dreaming, because when you go through the mud and then still choose to believe, then that is real love. That is when you truly connect to another person. That is when you truly form relationships. So you can get past all the fucking bullshit and nonsense and then truly still connect to another person. When you make mistakes and you see the worst of someone and still know that this is the person that you love, that is real love. That is what Reiji's writing. That is what Reiji's going for. And even now, I still believe things will not go well with Kazuya and Chizuru in the when things are going to happen. It's going to look like they're not going to work out, and they're going to get through it. They are going to get through it. I'm betting it right now. They are going to get through it. This is when things are going to change in the manga. Things are going to go horribly wrong, and then they will go wonderfully right, as they should. Maybe for your friend it worked out for them, but for them it's still under question for me. That's the problem. Because it's under question. You want to view this negatively specifically because it is under question. No, that is not how you should look at it. Stop looking at it with the idea that it is under question. That is what is stopping you from seeing the true connection that they have. That is what's stopping Kazuya from seeing the connection that they have. That's what's stopping every single person around Kazuya from seeing the true connection that they have. Because specifically it's under question. Ruka keeps acting specifically because they're not dating yet. Umi kept acting because they were still specifically not dating yet. Mami still thinks she has a chance because they're not dating yet. Sumi still thinks she has some sort of fucking chance because they're not dating yet. When that's fucking nonsense. You're missing the point of love. You are missing the point of connection, just as Kazuya is. You are caught up in AI. You are caught up in social media. You are caught up in the beliefs around love. You are caught up in Hollywood. The whole idea of what Reiji is showing us in the manga currently is that this bullshit with Hollywood is blinding us as the readers, because Hollywood is not real life. It is not true connections. The one thing Hollywood does not have, that you as a person have, that the manga is literally saying when it comes to Sumi and Kazuya, is connection. You can touch a person. You can physically interact with them. You can talk to them. You can have a conversation. You can't do that with Hollywood. You can't have a conversation with Hollywood. You can only watch Hollywood. You can't really connect to Hollywood. You can only watch Hollywood. That's the things Hollywood cannot truly have over you. That's the thing about fiction. You cannot truly have these things. You connect to someone for real. I find it ironic that Mami's pissed about Kazuya and Chizuru when she's essentially the catalyst for them meeting each other. Exactly. That's literally the whole point. She literally does not like her own choices. Oh, look. It's almost like we literally saw that. Oh, look. It's almost like we literally saw that with Mami earlier when she was at her house and she's presented an option and she picks one and she does not like it. So why the fuck did you pick it? You didn't like it, so why the fuck did you pick it? Do you see the irony? And then Chizuru seemingly makes a similar mistake as Mami when it comes to Ruka. Chizuru seemingly makes a similar mistake as Mami when it comes to Ruka. You're like, wait, why did you push Kazuya to date Ruka if you didn't like that? Well, Chizuru is contemplating that question right now. She's like, she thinks Ruka is more fit than her. That's why she did that. And Mami, no, she just didn't even think about it. Mami didn't even think about it. Chizuru did it because she felt bad. That's the irony. It's like there's seemingly a parallel between Mami and Ruka. Or sorry, between Mami and Chizuru. You're like, wait, why did you make this choice if you didn't actually like it? Chizuru did it because she was being nice. Chizuru did it because she was being nice. Stop being nice, learn to be actually kind and true. Mami did it because she didn't think it through. Mami did it because she wasn't fucking thinking it through. Because Mami's issue is she doesn't fucking think through her actions. Oh, look, what does she end up doing here? She does this big fucking reveal. She didn't actually fucking think it through. Because ironically, she already won. If she had left it alone, the thing she wanted would have happened. But Mami couldn't leave it alone because of her own arrogance. Because of her own ego. She needed to validate her own ego. If she had actually left it alone, she would have actually won, but she couldn't. Think of Mami kind of like, I've been playing Resident Evil a lot, so I'm sorry. Think of Mami like Wesker. Wesker is so fucking egotistical that he loses. But if he literally wasn't egotistical, he would have won. Because he's overpowered as fuck. This dude literally has Matrix powers. This motherfucker literally has Matrix powers. He can dodge bullets. He could literally teleport and shoot you. Instead, he toys with Chris. He toys with our heroes. And that's ultimately why he loses. Because he needs to validate his own superiority complex. He needs to validate how much better he actually is than everyone else. That is literally Mami's issue. She needs to validate how much superior her beliefs are than other people, because in reality, she's just a person who feels inferior. She's a victim caught up in her traumas, unable to let go. And this is something you've probably heard before. Hurt people don't always have to hurt people. Unfortunately, hurt people do have a tendency to hurt others. They can. And Mami is a hurt person hurting other people. Let's keep going. We're almost done. Oh, damn. Okay, well, they couldn't do it well. I see what they were trying to do. They couldn't do it well. What the fuck is this shot? Look at Nagomi like leading everyone. This way, my children. Let us head this way. Like she's like a fucking leader. That's so funny. So what I was trying to show you guys. Here, let me show you the shot. So what they did here that they couldn't do in the manga, but I think they kind of low-key fucked up. This shot where Kazuya smiles. So this shot where Kazuya smiles, I like what they did initially, which is they put Kazuya in shadow, because to literally show how isolated and invisible he is. Negami, the Statue of Liberty. Right? She's seemingly leading them to liberty. In reality, she's leading them to a prison. What I don't like about this shot in particular is I think they could have done this. What Reiji does specifically with the manga here, if it'll let me zoom in. Oh, there we go. Kazuya's face is cut in half. You literally perfectly see only half of Kazuya's face. The other half is sad and unseen. What they could have done in the anime is literally that. They could have just had Kazuya's... You could have only seen half of Kazuya's face smiling. I think you could have pulled it off. It would look weird, but symbolically it would work. I think in showing his full face, you kind of missed the point. I think they both delivered and missed the point, in my opinion. They both delivered in this sequence and missed the point, which seems to be a running motif of this entire episode and just the anime in general. The anime both has a tendency to deliver exactly what they want us to see and completely miss the fucking point. And I think this is one of those sequences where, like, yeah, as an anime, it makes sense for it to look like that. On the other hand, it also feels like you kind of missed the point. Okay. Mommy's fucking face is hiding. That's so funny. Ruka's boobs keep... Dude, stop with the boob bounce. Stop with the boob bounce. I get it. Boobs. I get it. Boobs. You know, we had the whole fucking sex thing happen. Boobs. I understand. Stop that. It's like every other frame now. It's getting a little old. You know, I get it. They have boobs. They don't need to bounce every fucking second. Okay, mommy's phone. Whoa! They fucking turned up the contrast to like 11. What is going on? Whoa, the phone actually had a good animation there. What the fuck? Okay. Yeah. The kind of nailed the vibe. Okay. Interesting. Okay, they're doing it one by one. I like Curry's. Curry's is the best. It doesn't super zoom in on his face. Whoa, they're all just frozen. Interesting. They have the... Whoa. Please have mommy walk behind her. Oh, God. Oh, God. Please have mommy behind Kazuya. I beg of you. Yes! 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 Okay. Perfect. Yes. The pan up to mommy. Okay, you can't see mommy. She's right behind me. The pan up to mommy being behind Kazuya. Yes. And it actually looks good. That's wild. It actually looks good. The composition of this entire sequence actually looks really good. Okay. They nailed the tension. Just end it right there. Yes. Okay, so they're playing the... this is the ending song. So this ending song is called Room 204. From what I... So it's Chizuru's room number. And it seems like it's all about separation. Or not. It's all about their relationship. Ooh, this is a bop. Yo, this is a bop. Okay, I'm sorry. This low-key feels like the opening. This song low-key feels like the opening. What the fuck? It's a total bop. Oh, they're showing the 3 months. They're showing the 3 months. Nobody ever talks about the symbolism here. I wish more people would. She literally sits across from the door because she wants to be close to him. And she literally can't open the door. Like, it's straight up depression. It's straight up depression. Sumi. Oh, this is a reference to the Sumi manga. Oh, yeah, this is straight up a reference to the Sumi manga. Whoa! Wait, Chizuru's reading a script. What's the name of the script? Wait, what the fuck's the name of the script? Okay, wait. I have to ask Crumpy what the fuck's the name of this goddamn script. I have to ask Crumpy the name of this goddamn script because she's clearly reaching for the moon. I'm gonna look at it. I fucking called it. She's reaching for the moon. She's literally reaching for the moon. Bro. She's actually reaching for the fucking moon. She's actually reaching for the goddamn moon. Oh, I have to know what that script is called. What did I say? Kazuya is the moon Chizuru is trying to reach. Kazuya is the moon she is trying to reach. I've been saying this whole fucking time. He is her moon. The fucking moon god in Shinto religion is literally a man. Yeah, Tsukiyomi? Tsukiyomi, the moon god? Yeah, it's a god. It's not a goddess. Amaterasu, the sun goddess. Get it? Chizuru is Kazuya's son. He is her moon. Oh, look, it's Minnie. Wait, this looks like it's from Joy Polis. I think they're low-key foreshadowing Joy Polis. It's not going to happen anytime soon. It's not going to be in season 6. It might not even be until season 7. But it looks like they're low-key foreshadowing Joy Polis. This feels like a nod to Joy Polis. Joyopolis? Joy Polis. Oh, okay. So we're gonna get 239 adapted, which is when Kazuya hears Kazuya and Chizuru make up and he runs home. This is what this is. This is from 239 when Chizuru says, I'm gonna research, and Kazuya runs home. Okay. Mommy pretends like it was an accident. She throws them both under the bus. Oh, look at Nagomi, dude. She's ready for war. It's so fascinating how quickly Nagomi turns on Chizuru and Kazuya. That always gets to me. It really shows she never actually believed it. You know, she never actually believed it. And that's the sad part. And she even admits to it later. She's like, I'm sorry for never trusting you. And now Kazuya is the one who's having trust issues with Chizuru, specifically because no one trusted him. You know, no one trusted Kazuya. No one believed in him. So naturally, he starts developing trust issues with literally everyone else. Kazuya doesn't trust anyone. He literally has trust issues now with everyone, including Chizuru. He doesn't trust a single person. He never opens up to anybody. He doesn't even open up to Sumi. Not really. Kazuya has incredible trust issues now, specifically because no one trusted him. You know, no one trusted that he could handle it. No one trusted that he could actually be with Chizuru. No one believed him, right? And because no one trusted him, he has severe trust issues with everyone else now. Kazuya flipping over. Mommy and her fucking smugness. The end of the girlfriend. Interesting. Okay. Decent episode. Trust me, it hurts when you're people that should believe you don't. Trust me, it hurts when you're people that should believe you don't. Yeah, I've been there, buddy. Don't worry. I've been there. I get it. I get it. It happens. But it's even better when you address that issue, when you actually repair your relationship. You know, I've had trust issues with my closest friends. You know, I've had trust issues with people I didn't really like. You know, they didn't really trust me or believe in me, and I didn't trust or believe in them. And then they once we like really got into the nitty-gritty messiness of it, once we were able to address ourselves, we fixed our relationship. And I think these days we're closer than ever. You know, I can go months without saying anything and then just talk to them lately and be like, "Hey, what's up?" And then we just get into a small conversation. The scissor reveal was adapted perfectly. Animation, composition, direction, music was on point. I don't know about animation. I do think the composition was pretty decent. Direction was also decent, and the music was okay. They've used the music before. You know, I would have liked if the music was different. We've heard this exact music before, so I would have liked if the music was actually different. But it's a track they've already used. I do think the direction is pretty good. I agree on that. I think the compositing was okay. I liked the compositing in particular when it was panning to Kazuya and when it was panning to Nagomi. That compositing was actually genuinely solid. But in terms of like Chizuru herself was okay. The compositing for Chizuru herself was okay. It's like everything around that was pretty good. But overall, it was solid. I wouldn't say it was perfect. I would say it's pretty solid. Shit. Let's see how the internet's dealing with this. You know, the internet being the internet. The internet being the internet, probably not handling this fantastic. Yep. The boner moment. The boner moment everywhere. Wait, did Briff do a face reveal? That's funny. He's a kid. Oh my, this dude's a kid. Holy crap, Briff is just a kid. You know, I kind of already thought he kind of was. But yeah, he's so young. I was not expecting how young he is. Wow. He is a youngster. Which makes sense. Yeah, so this is Briff. The oh, you guys can't see. He's the Hispanic YouTuber who talks a lot about Rent a Girlfriend. Yeah, I'm surprised. He's not quite what I. It's like both exactly what I imagined and not quite what I imagined. Mm, okay. Mm, I'm probably gonna get a lot of. Oh my god, 20 plus. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh, it's not so bad. Well, I haven't actually posted anything regarding the chapter. Huh. Anything from Kana? No, she just reposted the ending. Oh god, spoilers. Oh, I hope nobody saw that. I hope nobody saw that. You should not have seen that. I hope nobody saw that. Let's see. I think it was handled the best way they could. I'm just seeing how people are reacting. Nothing really unexpected. It's kind of quiet, honestly. It didn't. I think in some ways, because this did not blow up, hopefully yet. In some ways they succeeded. You know, maybe they didn't need this to fully blow up, and I think in that sense it was handled kind of okay. The best episode I've ever seen in anime. While the manga is better and they ruin much of the intent, I am happy. So how is it the best episode? Your sentence is contradictory, bro. Your sentence is contradictory, bro. What the fuck you on about? The best episode I've ever seen, but they ruined the intent. The manga was better, but I'm happy. How is it the best episode then? That means it's not the best episode. I'm cooking up a 1-hour video analyzing Kazuya and why the chapter is so brutally good. Wait for it. Dude, to be honest, mine would be longer than an hour. Like, I'm gonna be real, mine would be longer than an hour. Let's see how many pages I have. So I've been writing in the background. I've been writing in the background. So let me see how many pages I have for 218 already. I have 7 pages. 7 minutes. 7 minutes is all I have to spare for you. Yeah, so I already literally like have, oh, well, I guess it's 6 pages. Yeah, so I just, 6 pages. I have 6 pages in total. Doesn't seem like a lot when you're going through it, but to be fair, I didn't finish all of my ideas. You know? I feel like most of the ideas I've written are somewhat incomplete. Would 6 pages, how long would 6 pages be? I don't know how long 6 pages would be. Why is everybody fucking putting Yuji with Chizuru a lot? What's up with that? Why is everybody putting Yuji with Chizuru? I've been seeing that for fucking ages. I don't understand. Is this just a weird thing the Hispanic community started up, where they just put Yuji with Chizuru? It's such a weird pairing. Let's see. What about when Chizuru turned Kazuya looking shocked? There's a lot of fluidity with her hair and just her body movement in general. Yes, there is fluidity in that sequence. The problem is that it doesn't actually have very good compositing. It's good. It's decent animation without solid compositing. The compositing is mostly pay attention. Okay, so you have to understand what compositing actually is. Compositing is like how an image literally looks. Like the way the compositing like shows depth. It shows it shows like the tone of the skin and stuff, and it gives you the idea that something is like 3D in a sense. I don't really see that much with the Chizuru sequence. That's just good animation. But it didn't have good compositing. It had, I would argue it had good direction and animation, but I can't say it had good compositing. The good compositing was present in the image of Nagomi, or the image of panning up to Kazuya and Mami was behind him. That's where the compositing actually existed. Question: any inputs on the reactions from the anime community? I didn't. I've been kind of off the internet, so I don't know. I've been just kind of off the internet, so I literally don't know. I kind of just stayed off, and I didn't really see what people were saying, so I have no clue. If there is big people talking about it, feel free to point me in their direction and I'll see what they have to say. But I didn't really see anything. Like, I'm trying to scroll through and see what the anime community had to say regarding the chapter, but I'm not seeing anything. It seems like the reaction is quite tame. It was nonstop on Facebook trashing it and saying, why did they animate it? Predictable. Okay, yeah, so, like, that's kind of a given. Like, of course they were gonna animate it. What are you, fucking stupid? It's, like, central to the plot. You're fucking stupid if you think it shouldn't be animated. Like, I'm sorry. If you've been following me this whole time, I literally said they have to. It's a core part of the narrative. It needs to be animated. You can't not animate this chapter. It has to be animated. It is central to the narrative. It's not skippable. It is central to Kazuya's character. It is central to the entire story. Our anime didn't stop frame by frame, lol. What does that mean? Wait, what does that mean? Like, they just kind of blitz. Oh, you mean they just kind of blitz through it? Well, it seems like some people are mad. Let's see. I saved that one. I'm just saving some of these just so I can check them later, but it seems pretty tame, honestly. Yeah, honestly, this is pretty fucking tame. Compared to when the chapter actually blew up, compared to when the chapter actually blew the fuck up, this is really tame. Like way more tame. I think, as I said, for a very simple reason, they took the most inoffensive route in adapting this chapter. They took a very inoffensive route. That's why this was so tame. It was because of a leak. A huge part of it was the leak, but remember, it wasn't simply just the leak. It was the fact that it was confirmation bias. I've explained this before. Hopefully I can find the clip and like show you guys, but I've explained this before. A big reason why this chapter was received so poorly wasn't just because of the leaks. It was one, confirmation bias that this manga is trash. And it was done in such a way that it literally looks like NTR to people. And it plays into people's inability to interact and talk about sex. We live in a society that does not know how to talk about sex when it is shown in uncomfortable ways. You know, this is like the unnecessary sex scene. You know, you've probably heard directors say shit like, oh, so many movies have unnecessary sex scenes. You know, and I do think a lot of Hollywood films have unnecessary sex scenes. Absolutely. But there are films that have absolutely necessary sex scenes that are central to the plot. And this is one of those scenes. It is absolutely central. And I think people just kind of like miss the point. And so because it was so sensationalized, because it was so graphic, because it was leaked, and because of those leaks only showing those specific 7 pages where the sex is happening, it blew out of proportions, especially because this manga was big. And it still is big in many ways. This manga was massive at the time when this chapter came out. Rent-a-Girlfriend was perceived quite well up until this chapter came out. And then this chapter, like literally, the internet literally changed their tune. Exactly like Nagomi, exactly like Kibe. And this is where I tell you a really interesting story that Reiji like has been showing in the volume releases, so I can openly say this now. Reiji literally redrew the ending. So, and I mean that, Reiji redrew the ending of Hawaiians. The climax of Hawaiians, he redrew it. He had already had up to about 4 chapters ahead in sketches and in conception. Initially, the way Mommy was going to do it was that she was going to leave her phone with Nagomi and Kazuya's family in a restaurant. And they were going to see it in private. Instead, what Reiji does is he reframes it completely. He has it all be completely public, everyone sees it, and everyone immediately turns on the characters. So it doesn't just start slow with Nagomi and Kazuya's family turning on them. Every single character turns on them immediately in public. Exactly like the readers did. Exactly like the people online reacted. He redrew the entire ending of Hawaiians, even though it meant about a month's amount of work. He redrew all of that, specifically to nail exactly how people reacted to chapter 218. And it was in response to 218. Because he wanted to capture that feeling of how people would immediately react and judge person because of their own confirmation bias. Yes, the ending of Hawaiians is completely redrawn specifically because of how people reacted to this chapter. And every single person's reaction perfectly captures the readers. Kibe reacts in pure rage and anger and immediately starts swinging at Kazuya. Nagomi acts in depression, immediately judging Chizuru and viewing her for the worst. Right? Immediately assumes the worst in Chizuru's character. And listens to Mami. Mami of all people. Then you have Nagomi, or sorry, not Nagomi, you have Kazuya's dad and Kazuya's mom who are in shock. They don't know what to think. Literally, like most people who are really invested in this manga and they read this chapter and they're in shock and they don't know what to think. Please prove me wrong. So they start bargaining. Please prove me wrong. Please tell me this isn't true. Please tell me this didn't actually happen, as most people reacted to this chapter. Please tell me this didn't actually happen. Then you have Ruka, who is caught up in guilt and doesn't know what to do. She wants to defend this. She wants to defend Kazuya and Chizuru because she really cares about them, but she doesn't know if she should act because she's afraid of being publicly judged and losing these things. She doesn't want to lose this thing that really matters to her, so she keeps it to herself. Exactly like most people who love this manga and care about it, but keep it to themselves. They stay quiet because it's so much easier to stay quiet and not defend the thing that you care about, only for her to be challenged to be better. Chizuru doesn't know what to do. Chizuru is frozen. She freezes. She doesn't know what to do. She's being labeled as a horrible person. Literally, exactly like Reiji is being labeled as a horrible person. You probably freeze. You don't know how to react. I froze a little bit. Then you have Kazuya, who defends this thing to the bitter end, even though he's crying tears and no one believes him and everyone thinks he's stupid. Exactly like anyone who was trying to defend this series after this chapter. Exactly like me. I was defending this series to nonstop, even though everyone was fucking shitting on it after this chapter. And nobody believes him and everyone thinks he's stupid and they all think he's delusional and he's lying. And he's a terrible person for lying. How could you lie? How could you do this? You're such a terrible fucking person for doing this. Exactly the way Reiji is treated. Exactly the way people who defended this chapter are treated. Not a single person sees this. Nobody sees this. And it blows my fucking mind that nobody sees this hypocritical irony. They don't see their own double standards. The author is literally calling you out in these chapters and you're just busy being mad. He's literally calling you out in these chapters and you're just busy being mad. Literally, Ruka literally says, Chizuru NTR'd me because she literally did. That was actual NTR. Chizuru kissing Kazuya is actual NTR for Ruka. She was literally placed in the cuck chair. And literally Reiji looking the audience dead in the eye and is like, Ayo, this is actual NTR. What you saw wasn't NTR, dipshit. No, it's hilarious that nobody sees the dramatic irony. Reiji literally used the audience to depict dramatic irony. This dude is crazy, man. I'm knocking over my headphones. This author is nuts. You know what? I'm sticking with that choice of words. Because we saw a lot of balls here. Bananas. Banana slammer. Oh, this is interesting. This person has a Ruka thing, but they locked their account. That's too bad. Maybe I was already following them. That's why I saw it. Oh, this is an animator for Rent-A-Girlfriend. I think. Yeah, they are, but they closed their account. That's too bad. I must have been. Oh, I was following them before they locked their account. That's why I can see it. That's too bad. They probably got fucking harassed for just for creating stuff. Here, I'll make a quick post before I call it for today. So let's go to the chapter, or sorry, the episode. Okay, let's, oh, okay, yeah, never mind. I can't take, how do I get rid of this? Oh, I want to get rid of this. Okay, I think I know how to. I just got to uninstall it from here. This, remove from Chrome. Remove. Nope, just leave me alone. Don't use it anymore. Leave me alone. Get out. Goodbye. Is it gone? I'd like for it to be gone. Yep, it's gone. Sweet. Damn. It does look kind of funny, and that's the saddest part. It's so goofy and funny. Boner. Boner. Oh, did I grab the wrong frame? I must have. Oh. I'm probably getting copyrighted for this, but whatever. Okay. So let's see. Let's write a post real quick. Oh, damn it. So this is what annoys me about Crunchyroll now, is like they made it so fucking hard to like take pictures of anything. Okay. Oh. Let's see if I got it. I have to do it at Mach 10. Ayo, I got it. Ayo, I got it. The Bona. So funny. It's so funny. And it makes me sad for laughing. Okay, okay. Here, I'll do this just so it's easier. Okay. Let's see. Okay, back to normal. Season. Oh, what the fuck? My bad. I'm back. Sorry. Okay, we're typing here. Season 5, episode 2. Girlfriend. Chapter in a unique way. That's both inoffensive while still capturing it in a unique. in capturing its ideas. Okay. Yep. It's crazy that when I defend Rent a Girlfriend, all I see is actually it's actually a good story and people lose it. Yeah, exactly. It's inconceivable for people to believe that something like Rent a Girlfriend could possibly be good. It's a shocking revelation. And that's why initially, like when I wanted to make a video on it, I wanted to call it like "Why You Hate Rent a Girlfriend." But I don't think I'm gonna call that anymore. I think if I think the video I want to make, I would call it "Rent a Girlfriend is good and you're all wrong," and then the thumbnail would say, "Yeah, you heard me." I think that's what I would call the video now if I ever chose to make it. Well, I do want to make it. But yeah, that's what I think I would call the video. It's like, yeah, Rent a Girlfriend is good and you're all wrong. When is it dropping? Okay. Not yet. Sorry. Right now I'm just trying to. So okay, I'm gonna lay out my plan for you guys. I'm gonna lay out my plan for you guys. Not so much for the channel, but where I am right now in life. Right now I'm trying to get a stable job that's well paying because I have a degree in communication, and I should use that. And unfortunately, I haven't been able to. So what I'm going to try to do is, for now, I'm going to try to just make normal videos for a little bit, or at least try to make some normal videos. I'm going to write in the background. And in the meantime, I'm going to try to get myself like a much better job, where I can actually like have a modicum of stability. And I don't feel like I have to like work something that doesn't like, keep the bills going. Once I can get that element of stability a little bit, through my degree, hopefully, maybe, and get a better job that's well paying, I'm going to try to actually like make this video. The problem is that even if I finished my script, I'm not going to have the time and the energy and the focus to do so. Not where I currently am. I am writing. I've been writing. I've been actually going out of my way to research and to write and to get into the nitty-gritty uncomfortable shit. I've been, taking notes about what people say about Rent a Girlfriend and working with that. But I don't think I can edit it right now. Where I am right now, I don't think I can edit this video comfortably. I don't think so. I just don't. And that's why I can't promise you a drop date. I simply can't, and I'm not going to. Because I don't think I can edit it right now. But I'm gonna do my best to improve my current living situation, so that way I can do this, so that way I can upload this. And in the meantime, we have Chizuru's birthday coming up, so I bet we're gonna get something interesting for Chizuru's birthday soon. What day is Chizuru's birthday? Actually, that makes me curious. So Chizuru's birthday is on Sunday. We have the 20th and the 21st. So yeah, Chizuru's birthday is like right around the corner. So we're probably gonna get something interesting from Chizuru soon. I hope she shows up. Oh yeah, shit. I wanted Crumpy to tell me what the fuck the Chizuru's play read. Okay. Yeah, the clothes Chizuru is wearing here look like the clothes she's fucking wearing for the play. Okay, right here. Let's take a picture of this. What the fuck is Chizuru's play called? Okay, Crumpy, I need you to tell me what Chizuru's fucking play is called, bro. Like, what the fuck? What does Chizuru's script say? Yeah, I definitely have a better approach for how I would defend chapter 218. In particular, because I'm approaching it with the idea that it's funny. And I think that would be so much more effective to reasoning with people when you present it as it's comedic. Because it is funny. It's fucking hilarious seeing Kazuya with a fucking boner in the pool. Reiji literally depicts Ruka, Kuri, and Kibe laughing. Kazuya is literally framed as a laughingstock, because he literally feels like a fool. He literally says, "I'm a fool." It's literally framed as if it's funny, and this is terrible because Kazuya's appeal as a character is his comedy, and suddenly, it's not that he's actually funny to look at; he's the joke. That's what makes 218 so fucking effective. There is comedy even in Kazuya's fantasy, but what makes it so fucking brutal is that he becomes the joke. It's not just funny anymore. It's not just funny to watch Kazuya, who Kazuya is the source of the comedy in Rent a Girlfriend. He's literally the calm to the romance, right? And so suddenly Kazuya isn't funny to like interact with and listen to anymore. He is the joke. He literally becomes the butt of his own joke. And it's terrible. It's horrendous to feel like you're a joke to yourself, to feel like you're a joke to everyone around you, to be treated as a joke. Everyone treats Kazuya as a joke. They treat him like he's fucking terrible. And I think that's so thematically fitting for his character. to literally feel like a joke, to feel like everything he did didn't matter. Nothing he did matter. Every single aspect of his love, every single thing he appreciated that meant something to him with Chizuru is bastardized and discarded. Because that's literally kind of what NTR is. It's turning this person's emotions and the things they really care for into a fucking joke. It's, if anything, it's literally Reishi saying, look at how terrible NTR is. Look at how fucking disgusting it is. Look at how media sensationalizes NTR and turns it into this thing that like feeds into our fetish. You know, it's literally fetishizing something horrible, and we take joy in that. That's fucked up. And I think Reishi is literally capturing why NTR is so fucking terrible. Anywho, I unfortunately don't have a whole lot of energy today. So I'm gonna call it for now. Tomorrow we can maybe try talking about the chapter some more. I don't know if there's like anything on Reddit. This is where I grabbed the frame for Kazuya, by the way. I saw this was recommended to me and I pulled it up. The feeling isn't what I expected. Anyone else? Let's see how long this is. Okay, my first impression is how could Kazi even think something like this? What's wrong with him and why isn't he hard? However, I was somehow in shock in I was somewhat more in just shock than his mind did this. I even thought to myself, yeah, I might even beat my meat to this later at some point. I thought it was a bit crazy, but the feels weren't particularly there. Now this made me think of how it was going to be introduced or adapted in the anime itself, as if it wasn't going to be censored, or I just assumed it'd be too explicit to just don't do it in the manga, and it was pretty close. They did a good job, at least when it comes to how they handled it. The thing is, though, I was super excited to see it happen, even till the day I was excited when I was expecting this, though, is to feel how I felt. When I saw it actually live, brown-haired anime version facial expressions making the full movement Chizuru in those images, it made me in the gut. When those slideshows of memory started flowing just how it did in the manga, instead of being like, lol, what the fuck, it just felt like I legit got NTR'd or something. Yeah, congrats! See, that's what I mean. They made you kind of understand. They used the utilization of sound was effective in that regard. I figured when I saw it in the manga, my stomach only sank a bit because of how wild it was. When I imagined seeing it in the anime, though, I thought I'd be a gooner mode, but instead it felt like my stomach sank 10,000 times more. If I could give an example of how it felt, it is when you think your girlfriend's cheating on you, but you can't exactly prove it. The feeling of uneasiness is there, and your imagination goes kind of wild. But you're still tame. Seeing anime Chizuru in the slideshow imagination moment, though, it felt as if someone sent me actual video evidence of her with another guy or pictures. Concrete, solid evidence that I just got cheated on. It's insane because I understand it was his imagination, at least in the manga, for sure I understood that. This felt way more intense, though. It felt real. Then to top it off, she had a blushing expression, smiling as if she was enjoying it. Did not think it would hit me like that, lol. Anyways, am I the only one? It was definitely a different experience than the traumatic stimulation of season 1. The grayscale frames just hit like a freaking whip straight to your soul when you at least expected, as if Kazuya was lifting his own cross there. The anime was exactly how I saw this chapter in the first place. Kazuya tried his hardest to get over Chizuru in the short time frame he had. He imagines the worst thing he could of Chizuru to get over her. Because Chizuru is just too hot, he got to... No, that's not what was happening. He wasn't trying to get over her. That's not what was happening. Kazuya was not trying to get over her. This is his mind hurting him. This is his mind telling him, you're not over her. And it's bastardizing his emotions. It's literally tearing himself to shreds. It's literally Kazuya's emotions and love being bastardized. This is what it would mean for Chizuru to not have loved him, and it kills him. It's not him trying to get over her. It's him processing what it actually means to say that she didn't love him, that all of these emotional and important moments turned into garbage. It turns these emotional moments into literal garbage, specifically because Kazuya said she doesn't love me and she never did. If that was true, then every single thing you saw was a lie. And if that was all a lie, then what the fuck? That's the whole point. It's not Kazuya doing that. It's his mind literally telling him that's what that means. This is what you saying she doesn't love you means. And Kazuya can't handle it and breaks apart. It's his mind turning on him, telling him, this is what this means. It means you're a fucking joke. It means you're a terrible fucking person. It means you don't matter. You're useless. You're invisible. You're nothing. That's what his mind is literally telling him. It's not Kazuya getting over it. It's his mind telling him what getting over it actually fucking means. That Chizuru not loving him, that's what that actually fucking means, idiot. That's what his mind is doing. I felt more emotions flowing seeing an animated versus reading the manga. Not sure why. I almost like the feel of my boy's pain. It's not quite like that for me. I definitely felt more emotions in the manga, but I thought what they did with the anime was a good idea. I think the music kind of took me out of it a little bit. The music just kind of took me out of it a little bit. If it wasn't for the music, I would have appreciated the ideas a little more. I also didn't like the pan to him in the water with the fucking boner, and then it plays the music. It plays that sound effect. I wasn't a huge fan of that idea. I thought that was like okay. Um, Overall, I don't think it's as good as the manga for sure, but it captured the idea quite well. I definitely felt my stomach. I felt my stomach sink a little bit, but not quite like it sank when I was reading the chapter. Not quite. That was like significantly more. That was like a pit in my fucking stomach. This is just like, yeah, it sank a little bit. So like I'm essentially having the reverse experience of what people had. Right? This person is like, I felt it a lot more in the anime. I think you felt it a lot more in the anime specifically because of how they use sound. Speaking of which, I should probably mention that. I think the biggest and best thing done in the sequence from 218 is how they used sound. Not the music. Or the top. But people speaking. Girls. Yep. Darn, dang it. My man is locked in. Thanks. No, I'm just trying to convey my thoughts. I'm just trying to convey my thoughts. I'd like to not forget them because I will. خلصت بس انطيني شوية. Okay. I'm gonna call it for now. Let me read the last bit of comments. Yeah, as an anime fan of the Rent-A-Girlfriend, I felt it more in the anime than the manga, but manga hits different too. Honestly, both are in the in that sorrow feeling. I personally like the manga a little more. I think it nails the feeling pretty. I think the anime gets the idea, but it can't fully capture it. Well, whereas the manga, I think like perfectly captures the idea. Um, yeah, I'll call it for now. I'll see you guys later. Take care. Best wishes. Hopefully I'll stream tomorrow. I don't know when Pragmata comes out, but I'll definitely watch Pragmata when it comes out. This people measuring Kazuya's dick here. That's funny. What the fuck? Okay. Nothing too crazy. Yeah, I'll call it here. I'll see you guys later. Best of luck. Take care of yourselves, and I'll see you hopefully